College Mall. Boy, I could talk about malls. I love I love the old days of the mall. One day I want to visit the malls on the bike. The malls of central Indiana. I was born in a small town. I was born in Indiana. I'm sorry. I was born. Oh, those little manhole covers suck when you have to pee. I was born in a small town. I was born in Indianapolis, and in the 80s, the mall was Washington Square, period. And it was awesome. My grandmother would take me there to buy me a coat or shoes, and they had this awesome smell where it smelled like a cigar, like a aromatic, pleasant cigar. You guys know what I'm talking about? And they had these fountains where you could throw in pennies. Everything was just so magical. The lights, the shops, the candy. I've got so much fondness and warmth when I look back on those memories of being at the mall with grandma and mom and dad. One thing I remember, as you know, I like fragrances, is I would always walk through the fragrance section of the department stores. Pennies, LSR's was a big one back then. Lazarus. They didn't have, like now the fragrance stuff is in these little specialty boutique stores like Sephora and Sephora? I don't know. Perfumania. Back then, and they still have them in the department stores. You went to the department stores for fragrances, and I used to always walk through, and I loved the smell of this cocktail of perfumes and colognes. And I actually have dreams, recurring dreams, about me being inside of a mall in the fragrance section. And I never buy anything, but I'm always enamored with all the shiny bottles. And I think I'm an adult, but I love it. Anyhow, that's one of the memories I have. There was also this really cool shop, I think it was called Oriental Gifts, at Washington Square Mall, where they had sais and nunchucks and swords and pocket knives and Kubotans and daggers. That was a cool, Chinese stars. That was a cool shop. Babbage's, they had all the computer and video games. Washington Square was the place. That was the place to be. That mall, unfortunately, has all but closed down. All the staple stores that were there in the 80s and 90s are now gone. I think Sears was the last one to shut down. Is that right? So there was Lazarus, LSR's, there was Sears, there was Montgomery Ward, and then there was Penny's. Penny's gave way to Burlington Coat Factory. Lazarus gave way to Dick's. Montgomery Ward turned into Target. And degenerate, low-life, gangster, thug scum. That's why you can't have malls. Neighborhoods go bad. The demographics change. The baddies move in, the goodies move out, and then you got to find a new mall. There were literal gang shootings in Washington Square Mall. There was actually another one that happened not too long ago in Castleton. So the Castleton Square Mall is the second mall that I'm very fond for, because now we're talking about mid to late 90s. I'm going there and I'm buying clothes, I'm buying fragrances and stuff. I had this one girlfriend that lived up there near Castleton, and we used to always go to Castleton Square. Yeah, Castleton Square Mall, I guess it was called. It was great. But now there's been shootings there. There was Glendale Mall. Glendale had problems too with crime, typical suspects. I don't know what's at Glendale anymore. It used to have there's a nice library there, but nobody goes there to shop anymore. I know that's largely because of online retailers, but it's also because of crime and demographics. Another mall was Eastgate Mall. People don't talk a lot about that. Now that one is gone. There used to be a Dunham's there, a nice shoe store, a pizza food court. The food courts are awesome at all the malls, aren't they? Remember those? So that one's gone. It's like a big, I think it's a Homeland Security solar power hub. My dad used to take us there for a slice of pizza. He'd buy us some shoes. We would go to Dunham's and look at sporting goods. Awesome times. That's on Shadeland and 10th Street. It's gone. Glendale, probably still there with a few shops. Maybe Old Navy is still there. I don't know. Washington Square is completely defunct. And then Castleton still remains, and it's probably a decent place to go. There's another one called the Keystone at the Crossing Mall, which is a little bit more upscale. That one's still there. I never had a lot of experience up there. It's not too far from Castleton, just a few miles west. But another mall that still exists is Greenwood. Now Greenwood is slowly becoming changed as well. The area, people are fleeing Greenwood and coming down south to Franklin, Indiana. And believe it or not, a couple years ago, there was a shooting at Greenwood Park Mall. Now, I went to Greenwood Park Mall a lot too with my parents. My dad took us there again to buy shoes, to have food. It was great. They had a nice arcade there I remember going to in the high school years. But there was a guy that had a rifle, and he started shooting open fire in the food court at Greenwood Park Mall. Greenwood Park Mall is at County Line and 31. And there was a bystander, a Good Samaritan, who was armed with a pistol. And from 40 yards, he drew his pistol. And I forget what it was. He fired like 9 shots and hit 8. I mean, he took out the bad guy with extreme precision under critical stress at 40 yards with a pistol. The other guy had a long gun. That's unbelievable. But I don't know what you call that. That isn't exactly a feel-good story. We're talking about a shooting at the mall. Now, I would like to be able to go to malls without carrying a gun on my hip. Thank you. Is that enough?